Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 and the Law Resistance expansion as we're playing as the French Empire. Alright guys, so this one will be a shorter episode. I know I said the last one would be and then it ended up being, I think like an hour and 5 minutes because of that peace treaty, which really messed my day all up guys, because I was supposed to go to the gym that day and I still went. So I ended up eating dinner I think at like 11:30 that night. It was so bad, man, just because everything was so delayed. Because I didn't mean for that video to take so long, and then something else came up, and yeah, it was a rough day, man. And then of course I had to work all day and all night on Friday, and it's just been kind of a weird week, guys. And that's the reason why this video is going to be shorter. Man, that COVID-19 coronavirus is messing our world all up, guys. A lot more than I was expecting it to. We've had our kids' school was canceled, so I mean it was like basically putting them on spring break and a week early. Because it's been canceled for 2 weeks, and part of that, 1 week of that was spring break, so they were already not going to school that week. And so I was planning on having one of these series done by the time spring break happened. I was hoping I would. I don't know if we will get this one done by the end of next weekend, or one of these series, I mean, this or the Portuguese one. But I had originally planned for one of them to end so that when my kids got out of school, I wouldn't be trying to do, 2 HOI4 series plus what the stuff, the videos that HiJynx and I do. But now they're home for a week, so I wasn't planning on that. So it's going to mess my schedule all up and, with recording and stuff. So that's going to affect the Portuguese series more than that. So I'll talk about, the COVID-19 and all that stuff, my feelings on it. I'll probably talk about that a little bit in the Portugal video. I don't see any reason to mention it in two different videos. Just wanted to say that this is going to be shorter because of just how crazy things are. And it's not just our kids being out of school. Mainly, more than anything, is here in Colorado, the panic buying has been really, really bad, guys. And it could be really bad everywhere. I don't know. I don't live there. What I know is that here, it's not just toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Our Walmart, the closest Walmart to us, is completely empty. Like, I'm talking about nothing on the shelves, with a few exceptions. Like, there's no food. There's just nothing. So we have to go to multiple stores to try and find things that we need. And it's just been really, really bad, guys. The panic buying is just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And so we're just at this point now where we just don't have any of the stuff we need. Like, food is a problem, It's just fucking people, man. People. They're so frustrating. So frustrating, guys. But anyways, nothing to be done about it. But it's going to mess up recording, I already know. And also at my work, things have been crazy. As you guys may know, I work at a hospital. So you can kind of imagine. I work security at a hospital, so I'm not medical staff. But things at work have not been good either. Things are really bad. HiJynx works in a pharmacy, so I would say that this is probably affecting us with our work, life, probably a bit more than other people. That's what I would say. Just because we both are in, not really in the medical field. I'm not in the medical field, obviously. I'm security, but I work in a hospital. So she works in a pharmacy, and things have just been. They've been crazy at work, guys. Just not great. So, yeah, it's going to affect the channel, guys. I just want to go ahead and put that out there now. But let's go and jump into this episode, since it's already going to be shorter. So let me stop yapping about stuff. So I've already got everything set up, guys. All of our armies. And what I've discovered is that we are not going to war for a little while because we are nowhere near ready. The troop numbers are really bad. We do not have the troops needed. I've signed everybody to their locations but the Red Army. I figured we'd do that on camera since this is the one that's going to be making the offensives. So let's go and get these guys assigned to their locations. So we have a total of 24 divisions here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and have 3 armies, I think. Yeah, 3 armies of 8, and we're going to focus on Yugoslavia first to get them knocked out of the conflict. So let's just go in and grab. Let me see how we want to divide these up. All right, so we want to do 4 medium tanks. All right, let me see how many of these are. All right, so 1 of those. And how many do we have of these? All right, about 2 of those. Okay, so, oops, god damn it. So 4 medium tanks. 1 of these guys here. In fact, we'll probably go 3 of those. And then 2 of these guys. And they're going to be assigned right here. And so the idea here is that this army is going to be pushing down the coast try and get all these ports and get any, you know, non-Yugoslavian divisions that are here completely cut off from supply and hopefully easily defeated. So let's go and get these guys assigned now. So we want another medium tank. Probably, let me see here. We got 1 light tank already, so we're gonna want 2 of these.
Attention.
In fact, we'll do 3 of these. And then we need more medium tanks. Alright, and then they're gonna be assigned over here. And we're gonna have them doing the same thing. So they're gonna be attempting to, oh, whatever their order didn't work, it's probably because it has to be on, yeah, it has to be on them. They're going to be doing the same thing, but coming up from this direction to try and take all the ports here, up along the coast. So that'll be their job. And then the last army, composed of whatever divisions are left here, their job is to be going after the Yugoslavian capital here. Alright, and I can't stretch it out, unfortunately. Well, actually, no, we probably could stretch this out just a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it that way. Since I don't know what provinces they'll be defending and which ones they won't. So that looks good. Red Army is completely assigned. So they're going to be doing that. We're going to speed this up. I've already took care of everything we needed to take care of, so you don't need to worry about that. The only thing I left was the Red Army, so I can kind of show what we're planning on doing here in Yugoslavia, which is going to be the center of our conflict, our initial attack. We're going to try and get the Yugoslavians knocked out of the conflict. Then we have the Blue Army that's going to be here to help the Red Army. Down here, we've got the Green Army coming. Once they all get here and get a little bit entrenched and get the organization, we're going to be moving that Yellow Army to somewhere else. Purple Army, this is it, guys. This is all we got. So this front here, we need an entirely new army. However, I am building new armies. So I have a bunch of divisions building up. Just kind of show you guys what we got going here. A lot of new divisions building up. And then we also have a lot of divisions switching over to this template here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have, if these guys have any, he doesn't. We're going to go and have all these guys train up along their fronts. Same with these guys. Train up. And this army here, this is the one that's going to be invading Brazil. They're going to train up as well. Perhaps. Oh, they're all trained up. My bad. Psh, I didn't realize that. I'm like, why the hell are these guys refusing to train? We're going to train these guys up. This is the Green Army. And they actually have an upgrade here that we can get. We're going to go and get them the Infantry Expert. Where is that Purple Army here? He's got one as well. And we're going to give him the Ambusher one since he's largely focused on defense. Look at that. Skill 9 for defense. That's absolutely insane. So that's going to be his focus. We're going to go and get these guys training up too. And the Yellow Army, we need to move them. So we're going to do that now. They're going to be coming to Africa to help us out because frankly, we don't have enough divisions to get the Africa situation dealt with because we've got to invade here, we got to invade here. We do have troops there to handle that. However, we do have other areas that we need to invade, and I would love to get some conquest going. But before we do anything, because I'm worried about them joining a faction, and we're just not prepared to go to war, and I think we can still get the war goals fairly fast, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it actually would take 160 days. Yeah, that would be a ways. Yeah, what we'll do is wait till the beginning of the year, and then we'll do that one. Or we could just send this Yellow Army here. Actually, I just thought about that. We can have them do this conquest. So that's what we'll do. So we'll have a couple of them come up over this way, and then a couple of them come up over this way. And then, how many do we have total here? We got 6 divisions total. All right, I don't think that this many is going to be needed. What we'll do is have 3 assigned there, and then 2 assigned here. And then let's go ahead and give these guys some orders. And I guess we will go ahead and start working on the war goal here, since it is going to take a while to get. All right, so work on the war goal there, and then this division here, we're going to go ahead and have him join probably this pink army so he can help with the invasions here. Well, we actually have troops over there already. All right, so I guess that's fine. I know that we don't have enough troops over here, though, so that's something to consider. I think that's what we'll do. We'll move them over here because, yeah, we don't have the troop numbers here at this moment to really deal with the fact that China is in the Comintern. Now, there are Australian invasions here, so that's good to see. Remember, Australia is currently at war with the Comintern, as are the Japanese. So we'll just have to follow what's going on with those two factions and their war against the Comintern. I imagine the Comintern will pump most of their troops over to... Maybe not. Let me take that back. Looks like they are going to actually defend their borders here. But I assume the Soviets will push a lot of troops over to the Eastern Front with Japan. So we got the night vision. We actually got excavation as well. Okay. So we're not in 1944 yet. I could go after Mountain Infantry 3 just for some organization for those mountain divisions, but I think there's probably other stuff to be getting. Like, for instance, we don't have the logistic companies, which I've been wanting to get. So let's go ahead and do that. As far as the construction, it looks like we are pretty much done here for the most part. So don't need to worry about that. We could get better radar. Could also go for the atomic research. However, we need to get planes, guys. Let's go and get the fighters going. All right. So that's basically what we got, guys. This is it. It's not much. It's not much at all. So those guys are moving. Let me just take a look and see if anybody else needs training. No. All of our troops in other areas didn't really take many casualties and don't need training. Let's go ahead and get rid of this real quick. Yellow Army's front. And so this is the way things are going to look. It's really important that we defend this border here. That's the reason why I have that whole green army down there. And then getting Yugoslavia knocked out would be super helpful. We need a whole nother army here, though, guys, to cover this. And frankly, there's a lot of fronts where we do not have enough troops, which is why we're building so many units. But equipment continues to be a problem. So what we're going to do is put into mechanized and anti-tanks. We'll see if there's anything we can pull from. Probably not. Maybe motorized. It looks like we could probably pull from motorized. So that's what we'll do. I think I already pulled a bit from motorized, but we can pull a bit more. I'll go down to 5 to try and get the stuff that we're really short on, like this mechanized here. How are we doing on medium stuff? Medium tanks. All right, real short on that too. I just completely missed that. All right, so we're gonna want to get those because I did change the medium tank divisions to 40 width. I'll show you guys what that look like, what they look like here in a second. Let's first get these assigned. So we're gonna want to go 15 up here. How about the light self-propelled artillery? How are we doing on that? All right, so we have a lot going towards that, and it looks like we're doing pretty good now. But medium self-propelled artillery is not doing good. So we're gonna want to maybe add a few more there. Let's go up to 10 here, perhaps. Oh, I didn't ever build up the medium tanks. Let's go and put more into that. We already have 20 into anti-tanks. We could pull from the support equipment a bit, since I think we're kind of stacked on that. All right, so I think this looks good. All right, so that does require us to trade for a bit more tungsten. So go ahead and do that. So I'll go ahead and show you guys our current medium tank division design, which I changed to 40 width. And that was most of our experience. So this is what they look like. We've got 6 medium tank battalions, 6 mechanized battalions, 2 medium tank destroyers, and 4 medium self-propelled artillery. And so those are the adjustments that I made off camera. And what is this? Mexican Soviet Republic is justifying on who? Let's just take a look. All right, the Andean offensive, that's going to result in them declaring war on Argentina. If they do it, of course, which they might not. We'll have to see what the Comintern does, but watch the Mexicans be the one that starts the conflict with us. I sure hope not. How far along are they? Can we even see? We can't see. They probably just picked it. All right, so they could end up starting the conflict, which would not be good. We're waiting for these troops here to get done training. We could go ahead and deploy some of them, I suppose, so that we can move that one division. I guess that's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and deploy all these guys. They can train out there. All right, so we're going to get all of them deployed. Everybody who's ready. We're going to go ahead and train these guys up too, I guess. I didn't have them set to go in the training army, but we will go ahead and deploy them. And then what we're going to want to do is just take these guys out, have them move over to another front. I think we're going to start the next army now. That's going to be defending over here. Now, this does result in us having too many armies here, so we'll actually probably pull one of these back. Just seeing which one, probably this one here. All right, so this will be our other defensive army. And we need a color for them and all that kind of good stuff. See what we've got here. So we got a lot of pinks already, got a lot of... Well, we could do another blue. Actually, we could just keep it this color. That's fine. All right, so these guys are going to cover all of this frontier. Now, obviously, One division ain't going to be able to do it. But this is what we're starting with. And we'll go ahead and assign more divisions there as we get them. And this is we're probably gonna want to train some more troops up, but let me just see what we have available for training. I know we're like super short on some types of equipment, so we might want to wait. Because with these 44 divisions training, and oops, these guys are not training, but with these 44 divisions training, that is enough for this army to become 24 with, as well as this one, or excuse me, 24 divisions strong. And we did get this, so that's extra compliance gain against the Dutch. That's going to be really helpful because we are facing a lot of resistance from them. So let's go and see what we want to get next. We could go ahead and get these here so we can build military factories. I'm actually building a ton of military factories, so that'll let us build them quicker. So I think that would be helpful to have. Let me see what else we want to do. We do want to get the naval rearmament as well because the British have a fleet. I don't know how large it is. I guess we'll take a look soon. Let me go ahead and pick this one first because we want to hurry up and try and get those military factories building quicker. More resources would be nice too. Let's go and start with this though. So as far as getting more operatives, because we're spy master here. Because right now we have 2 of them doing the resistance here, and then I have 1 currently building up intel strength here against the Spanish, since they're going to be our primary rival that's on our borders. The Soviets are over here, and we're going to largely stay on defense against them. I would like to do some stuff against the Soviets, but we need to get more spies. And the problem, guys, is that we don't have any independent countries in our faction, and that's how it's computed. It's not based on, it looks like we actually finished building all those factories. All right, let's go ahead and build some more. But yeah, it's not based on how many members are in your faction. It's specifically based off how many independent members are in your faction. So they have to be, independent, not a puppet. All right, so it looks like we're down to 60% locations now. It's okay. I mean, we've got a couple here. I'm kind of hesitant to build too much over there because we might end up freeing the Dutch as a collaboration government. We can build across Italy though. They're pretty, we've got pretty high build speeds there, 90-100% there, and I don't expect we'll be losing that. We're not giving that territory up or anything like that. So the problem, why we're not getting more operatives, is because they're all puppets. And you have to have, for every 2 independent countries, you get a new operative. We only have 1 independent country in our faction. Us. That's it. Let's go and not ban fascism. And what's the other decision available? Improved worker conditions. We're not going to do that one either right now. We're trying to get these filled out first. We have 1 more military high command to get. We could also change up our manpower laws, though that's not really necessary at this point. Look at this, though. We're only on limited conscription, guys. So we're going to have a lot more manpower. Manpower is no longer going to be an issue. We're probably going to change away from export focus. And maybe go to limited exports so that we can get more resources. Research speed isn't as important anymore. And let's go and get these military factories assigned so we don't have to keep messing with them. And it looks like we do need to train for more tungsten as well. All right, let me just take a look and see where the worst is. Again, I think it's medium tanks and mechanized and anti-tanks. And I think we have a lot going into all of those. But we could step up the medium tank production. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do, step up medium tanks up to 20. And we're going to need to trade for more tungsten with the Americans. We could also try and build, if we have any tungsten locations, try and build some infrastructure. I'm not sure if we looked at this already. I kind of feel like we did. Let's just take a look. But yeah, we have no independent countries in our faction, so therefore we're not getting anything as far as operatives go. Okay, so we got rubber and oil. We're actually good on oil. Okay, we can get a ton of our resources back. Let's go and stop trading with the Americans. We're trading, or a ton of our factories back, I mean. Yeah, we don't need to trade for any of that oil. Okay, I didn't realize that. All right, so that gives us 20 more factories. So we're going to want to get more, get some more military factories building. All these locations here. All right, just really focusing on the military factory since our main problem is a shortage of equipment. African People's Union. Where's that at? I didn't read it. I should have read it. Curious what that was about. I was thinking that had something to do with South Africa's thing. Their focus tree, but I could be wrong there. All right, guys, so we're just getting all these troops trained up here. And I'm not sure what to do about the lack of independent countries because you can't really, like, free anybody. I don't think that's an option. I mean, I could be wrong here, but I don't think there's an option to free countries. When you look at managed subjects, there's not really anything in here. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to like let the Italians go free, because they're the ones most likely to be able to do so. They're at 641, so essentially if they offer us any supplies or anything, we'll take it. We could also just straight up ask them for anything, though I don't know how much they actually have. And I did train some of their divisions as well. Let's see, we could, yeah, we can't request Lend-Lease because we're not at war, so that's not an option. I was trying to find a way to help get their autonomy up. But yeah, they're not going to give us resources. There really isn't any option until we go to war. We do get the military police 3. That'll be super helpful for requiring less manpower in our garrisons. Excuse me, I almost said reserves. All right, let's go and pick some more stuff. I'm going to go and do the maintenance company 2s. I know that we need so much stuff. Yeah, we need the 1943 tanks. Let's go and do that. There's so much stuff to get, guys. A lot of things. We got to keep an eye on our Navy, make sure we keep these guys trained up. I have kind of set this up, changed it up a little bit, been making some adjustments to it. Yeah, it's clearly not large enough either. What we'll do is go ahead and let's get these guys pulled out. This is costing unnecessary fuel. And we're going to just throw them over here for right now. We'll kind of rearrange these once we get a little bit closer to going to war. What we're going to want to do is take a look at the British Navy. Since they're the main Navy we're going to be opposing, yeah, they've got a much larger Navy than we do. We've got 160 ships. They have 400 something ships. Quite a few, guys. So it's going to be really difficult to defeat their Navy. We'll have to probably rely on naval bombers. We don't want to institute press censorship right now, though I guess we don't need to uncheck that because we've got stuff to get here. So we could go ahead and change over to the limited exports, so we wouldn't have to trade for as much tungsten. However, I like the construction speed right now, I like the extra output that we're getting from here. So we'll keep it for right now. And let's instead go ahead and get the last military high command here that we need to get, which I kind of looked at all the options, and there are some good options. Kind of feel like we're going to have to get the capital ships one. I know he's just a specialist, which isn't great. And it's only like a 5% bonus there. That's really not great, actually. Could do the, that's a specialist too, though. This would help our mountain troops, and that's it. Could get the tactical bombing to get the 15% bonus for ground support. Suppose that would be quite helpful. I feel like we have to go for this, though, guys, because we need some sort of naval bonus. We have an air one, we have a land one, and I really wanted to get a ship one, and there's just not a lot of good ship ones. We get higher range. I don't think that's going to be necessary, though. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to go this. I don't think this is worth it. Yeah, that's not worth it at all. All right, so it kind of sucks we're going for the specialist, but I wanted a bonus for the Navy because we've got to win in the seas, and it's going to be hard to do because the British are so much larger than us. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas of how we could get some independent countries, I guess we could release countries as independent, but I don't want to do that. None of these countries I want to release. You know, I'm trying to turn all Africa into blue. I like the blue here. I don't know who would release. We could, of course, release China, I suppose. I don't know if they're a state. I know that we're getting some goodies here, but maybe that would be one way to do this. And then they could better use their manpower as well. Let's just take a look and see if that's even an option. We could release them. But would they be in the faction if I didn't release them as a puppet? I'm not entirely sure. Let me know, guys. If I release China here, will they? I don't want to do it and then, you know, be wrong. But if I release them here and they would get all the territory here, I think they might even get, yeah, looks like they're going to get, yeah, they'll get all this. So they would be a decently strong Chinese puppet, I suppose. They could better defend these borders here than we could, and then we just kind of focus on defending our own borders. If I release them, not as a puppet, as independent, because I know if you release them as a puppet, they definitely are in your faction. But if I release them as an independent country, so that we can get another operative here, if we do that, if I release them, will they be in the faction? I'd love to know your guys' input on that, because I don't even know. I never release anybody unless I'm releasing them as a puppet. So yeah, it'd be good to know before I actually do so. All right, let me just see how we're doing on getting all these problems dealt with. Artillery is now a problem. I don't think we're really putting much into artillery. We are not. All right, so we're gonna have to put into artillery then. That's where all our factories will go, and tungsten is such a problem, man. I don't know where our tungsten supplies are either, where we could build infrastructure up. Let's just go and dip around and see if we can't find tungsten. I know there's a little bit there, but it's not worth building for that. That's a couple. Yeah, it's not even worth it. All right, so that's all our territory there. We can take a look at all of our Middle Eastern and African territories, but I don't think there's tungsten here either. Nah, it doesn't look like it. No, no tungsten. All right, so we're gonna get it there. Of course, there's plenty of rubber there. There is tungsten here. Would it be worth building up though? I mean, we'll get a little bit. I guess we'll build it because I think we could do it fairly quick. So we'll go ahead and do that. I don't think there's any tungsten over here though. No, just aluminum. All right, so we're just gonna keep trading for tungsten then. There's not really any way around it. We should probably build some more dockyards up, since obviously the British Navy is way stronger than ours. That's a problem. All right, so let's go and build, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll build one more then. We'll build an 8th one somewhere. Build it right here, Venice. All right, so we're going to get 8 dockyards built up. We need to try and like catch up to their size as much as we can anyway. Did we ever get those light cruisers going? Or did I forget about them? I might have forgot about them. Let's just take a look. We did not. All right, so that's what we're going to go ahead and get started here. I did not even do any of the light cruisers. Are we still researching them? Like what's... Okay, so there's the 1941. Let me just take a look. Are we still researching cruisers? We just never finished it. Oh, no, we should have the 19. Yeah, we got the 1941. Okay, I literally like just said that, didn't I? I think I was looking for the 1941s. Or 1944, excuse me. And also the fact that they're decommissioned is strange, but... Alright, let's go and decommission all of these ones. Oops. Alright, so that looks good. And this will be our cruiser model here. So let's go and do historical light cruisers. And as far as what we're going to want them to do, we really need 2 different types of light cruisers. We need an attack cruiser, and then we're going to need a support cruiser for AA, because, you know, if we fight the British Navy anywhere where they can provide air support, and plus they have the carriers, we're going to get hit pretty hard by the planes. So we're going to need 2 different models here, and we actually have the naval experience to do so. So let's go ahead and we'll design one with the stuff that both of them are going to have, and then we'll just duplicate it. So we want the medium, no, my bad. We want the light cruiser battery. Where's that? There we go, right there. Trying to get that. Let's get the anti-air in here. So this is probably going to be different. So what we'll want to do is, we won't be able to save it without that though. Okay, so this one's going to be the radar here for both of them. Dual purpose here for both of them, and armor for both of them. And then yeah, you have to have this something here. So we'll just do a fire control system here, and then we'll just have to change it. All right, guys, so we've got our 2 different types of light cruisers here. So we have our attack cruisers, and they're going to be very much focused on torpedo attack because we don't have torpedo destroyers in this series. We should probably build them out, try and get some torpedo destroyers. You know, I actually might go ahead and switch one of these over to torpedo destroyers, and then that would actually allow us to switch these up, actually, so we wouldn't need as many torpedoes. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll switch this up with the light cruiser here. Go ahead and save that. And I don't know if we'll have the experience for their torpedo destroyers, but I guess we'll find out. So this is the way it will look. So it's got a little bit of torpedo attack, but really, really good light attack. Their job here is to sink the enemy screens so that our torpedoes and capital ships can just wreak havoc. So this looks good. And then our support cruiser is going to be very much focused on anti-air. Now we do have the depth charge attack with the sonar, so they have the ability to help the destroyers sink any submarines. They also have the float planes, which helps keep their speed high, as well as give us much better detection. And then we have basically a lot of for the secondary, a lot of the dual purpose. So we got the dual purpose here, same thing here. With a little bit of anti-air as well. So basically they have a very, very good anti-air attack. It's fantastic, and that's their main job. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say that these guys are... Give them the plane, since that's... Oops, I don't think I actually updated that, did I? Let's go and give them the plane update. And then we're going to get these building. Now, you can see we're actually really short on dockyards here, which I didn't realize. So we're going to want to get that fixed. Let's go ahead and get these guys building first. So we'll get both light cruiser models, and in fact we're probably going to tick these up above the destroyers. Just get, yeah, we can keep building them. And then build, whoop, my bad. Get the attack cruisers up above here. Alright, so that looks good. We're going to want to go ahead and get like 5 dockyards assigned to both of these. And then we're going to go ahead and change up the destroyer situation. So we'll go ahead and design the destroyers as well. And we're just going to duplicate this here. And these guys are going to be focusing on torpedoes. Let me just see if anything needs to be modernized here. I would assume so. Yeah, we got to get radar here. Not seeing anything else, though, that we really need. Now, we do have the dual purpose. Yeah, I think we'll keep that on there. All right, so let's go ahead and change up these ones to torpedoes. So these are going to be our torpedo destroyers. So we'll go ahead and name them such. And get these ones building. What is this, 3? Yeah, I think it's 3. All right, so let's go ahead and save that. We'll go ahead and change this up real quick, though. Give them that one. All right, let's go ahead and save that. And then we're going to get these ones building as well, right under here. So we'll only build one more of those. And I'm going to pull back on these destroyers here. And once we get those 10, then they'll go towards the support cruisers. You know, actually, we'll just go and pull this back as well. All right, so that looks good. I think everything is squared away. Yeah, everything should be good on there. And we could go ahead and update their the destroyer stuff, I suppose. The wolf hunters. Just go ahead and build one more of these ones as well. Yeah, that looks good. So let's go ahead and see. Yeah, it's just the attack cruisers that are saying that they're outdated, which is surprising. Did I mess that up? Let's just take a look and make sure I didn't mess this up at all. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why it's saying they're outdated, but... And then we'll try and do this again. See if that fixes it. Suppose not. Okay. I think it's registering the support cruisers as being upgrades to the attack cruisers for whatever reason. Alright, well, nothing to be done about it. Alright, so just getting these troops trained up and then we'll get them all assigned. This still won't be enough divisions. However, I don't want to build any more until we get like some of the equipment dealt with. Because like our infantry divisions use artillery and anti-tanks, which we are lacking. And then we're lacking just about everything else as well, except for light tanks. So we can go and get some light tank stuff. However, I am considering moving them to 40 width as well. Do we have the experience for that? I guess we can try it out and see if we've got the experience to make these into 40 width too. We should. We should be able to do it. So what we're going to do is then just change these guys over to, what are we doing here? All right, we got light self-propelled artillery. Got it. So we're going to change these up. We're going to do it this way. All right, and then go ahead and give them 2 here. Change these ones up to the motorized infantry. And then change, yeah, we're probably going to change these up to light tanks. And I think I did this. Okay, this is what we need to do. I did do this a little bit wrong. So we're going to want these to be the motorized again. All right, so change it up. So that looks good. And then what we'll just do is just add the tanks onto here. So let's go ahead and get the light tank destroyers. And then another light tank. And then I think that's good. Yeah, I believe that's good. It ends up having decent organization. And yeah, this is squared away. So let's go ahead and save these guys. And that's going to result in all the light tanks that we have excess of going over to them. We got great manpower though. But yeah, you can tell we're going to be really, really short on just about everything. So we're going to need to start building more light tank, more light self-propelled artillery. So let's just go ahead and start putting into that now. We have 15 going towards light tanks. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go up to 20 here. Go up to 10 there. And then up to like 25 medium tanks. Okay, so Iroquois joined the West Pacific Treaty Organization. So this is what I was worried about. With these guys declaring war on more countries, they will all end up joining probably oops, my bad. Looked at the wrong country here. Probably joining one of the other factions. Yeah, that's exactly what ended up happening here. Look at all these troops they got here. I wasn't taking Brazil serious. So we're going to have to send a lot of divisions over to Brazil. Okay, then. A little bit surprised by that. So, see what happened all over here. Okay, so Bolivia. They declared war on Bolivia as well. All right, so they're going to continue attacking all their neighbors. Let me just see where their faction is at. They're not even really in South America, so they're going to have trouble invading these countries. So we did get the promote entrepreneurship. So let's go ahead and are we going to get the next one? This is industrial research speed. We don't really have any of those left. The efficiency and cap would help with production, though. So I suppose we could do that. I know that there's like a ton of stuff that we need to get. Resources would be nice. Let me see. Although the really only thing that we're short on is tungsten right now. Could go ahead and start getting the naval stuff, which I've been wanting to get. You know what? Yeah, we need to build up this navy. So maybe we should do that first before we do the rest of these. Man, that would be really super helpful to have, though. Whatever, let's do the naval stuff, guys. If we want to be able to compete with the British Navy, we've got to build up our Navy much, much larger. Because right now it's nowhere near large enough. All right, so let's go and move these guys over here. Any ships that are done, we'll go ahead and take them out. Move them into this one, and then we'll take all those older level 2 destroyers. Because we have quite a few of these, I think. How many did we send over here? We sent a total of 6. Okay, so let's go and take a couple destroyers. We'll take like 4 destroyers, move them over to this one. Okay, just trying to get that fleet built up. Right now, we're currently looking at 161 ships. So yeah, we definitely can't compare to them. Now, the Japanese have a navy, and they're fighting the Comintern. So we'll have their assistance. I'm really hoping that the Americans join one of the Democratic factions. Now, I'd love for them to join our faction, but that's probably not likely. I've had a lot of people bring it up, ask if we can get into the faction. No. Maybe if we were both at war with the Comintern, we could perhaps get it done, but probably not. Just looking here. Yeah, here it is right here, guys. Likely to accept non-aligned pressure, negative 1,000. Yeah. Then plus you get in the negative 172 from different ideology. Yeah, they're not joining our faction, guys. Maybe if we're both at war with the Comintern, but more than likely they'll join either the Australian or the Japanese faction because those are democratic. So we did finish up the fighters, so that's great. I think we're getting research bonuses for one of these in one of the directions, I want to say. We'll go take a look at that real quick. So we'll wait to do planes. Let's instead go ahead and get what we know we want to get. The new self-propelled artillery for the medium tanks. And then what we're going to want to do is go ahead and change up the medium tanks. Do we have? Yeah, we don't have any army experience, so we'll just get medium tanks going. And that will require more tungsten. Seems to be a continued issue here. We've got more room here. It's kind of messed up. I don't know why, but we'll go ahead and start building more military factories, guys. We need more dockyards too, though. Let me just take a look and see how we're doing on dockyards, actually, now that we've changed that up here. All right, we still need more. We do have 2 more going here. Did we finish up? All right, so we finished one line of the Wolf Hunters. We need to get the other line building, though. And let's go ahead and put this towards cruisers, I think, guys. All right, and what is the outdated equipment? Something else, a plane perhaps. Did we not update the fighters yet? We didn't. So we want to go and get the fighters out there, and we're going to make an adjustment to them, though. Let me make sure it goes away first. Okay, it did. All right, so let's go and get the fighter 3s. Just make a small adjustment to them. Like that looks good. We could make one more, but I don't know. We actually do have the ability to do that. So, you know, we're just gonna do this for right now. Let's go and save that, and then get these guys out there building. Oh yes, we're supposed to build stuff here. So let's go ahead and we've got 3 more dockyards coming, I think. It's hard to say exactly, but I think that's 3 more dockyards. Let's go ahead and do military factories, guys, because this is definitely what we're most short on at the moment. We're gonna have to build in these 50% locations. Gotta do it eventually, man. Alright, so just build more military factories up. And we did get the logistic companies, so let's go ahead and probably tick these up, make them even better. And what we can do, if we have the experience, we might have the experience to add to these. So I wanted to go ahead and make some adjustments here with the Imperial Guard, because we're going to be using some of these in Africa, because I don't think the 10 width Foreign Legion ones are going to be enough. So we're going to want to make some changes there with the current divisions that are in Africa. Give them that logistic companies with a little bit of experience we have. And I hate that they're keeping this attack. We're just going to say, don't notify me of that. All right, so we've got that going. Let's see. Oh, yes, that's right. I was waiting to go here because I wanted to see what the research bonuses were here because I couldn't remember. All right, so let's just go with the close air support then. Get the latest close air support. So we are in 1944. All right, and so we'll get those, and then we'll wait for the naval bombers until we get the research bonus for those. It's not like we don't have plenty of stuff to research in the meantime. These guys are all done training. Excellent. All right, so we're going to want to get these assigned all around the world, figure out where we want them to go. Also, okay, it looks like the Italian divisions. I thought I had built some. Are they all in this training army? Oh, okay. They are all in the training army. All right, so we've got a ton of divisions assigned. We also have dockyards get placed. So let's go ahead and do that now. Get these placed into... Let's see how we want to do this. We don't have any light cruisers, so we should probably really focus on the light cruisers. Yeah, that looks good. We'll just have 5 going towards each destroyer. And then let's go and take these destroyers that we have here and get them trained up. All right, and then we have all these units. Excuse me. We have to go back to infantry mode. We have all of these units here that need to get deployed. So I'm thinking that the majority of these are going to go into this army here. All of these infantry, we have 20. So let's just go ahead and place them all. We do have mountain troops, but I think we'll put them into Spain. Yeah, I think we'll put all the mountain troops into Spain. That's where we're going to need them. So it's going to get these guys placed now. So that'll get us up to 21 divisions and should hopefully cover most of the front. We'll have to take a look. We might need to make adjustments there, perhaps. We'll see. And then we can go in and take these mountain troops and put them over here. Because again, I do want to make progress there. In fact, we'll probably bring these guys over to the offensive army. Yeah, we'll bring them over to the offensive army. I know they won't have as much entrenchment, but they do have the mountains there, so that's something to consider. All right, so now that we have the... Oh, these guys are already regular divisions. Okay, we got these 2 defending here, which might not be necessary. I don't know if they'll be able to launch any invasions here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these guys and then change them over to the Imperial Guard and then move them on over to here. Now, I don't have an offensive line here. That's something that we are going to want to do. I didn't think that this was going to be a serious offensive here. I didn't think this was going to be that big of a deal. That ended up not being the case. We should probably send divisions here so we can try and get to the coast real quick. But this is what we got, guys. We're going to have to send in more divisions, frankly. So, you know what? We're going to get all this done in the next episode. We got a lot of stuff to do here, guys. Got to get all these guys assigned. They're going to be going to cover all of our colonies to help out over here because we don't have enough divisions here. So this is going to be largely a defensive army here. So we're going to want to get this completely filled out. So we're going to send a big chunk of these over there to cover that front. We're going to send more to Africa as well. And how long until we have this focus here? 7th of April. This is going to be a little while. We can take some of these now and send them over here. I'm not sure how large this army is. It's 8 divisions. So we're probably going to take a lot of these and send them on over here. Because I don't want to lose this territory, guys. Because this is really important for our resources. Oh, these are all the Italian divisions. Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought we had built... All right, well, we can send Italian divisions there too, I suppose. Yeah, they could go over there. And we could also send some over to here as well, since it looks like we're going to need quite a few over there. So let's send maybe 10 over here. We have 18. So let's send 10 on over here. Well, we should probably see how supply looks. We'll send 5 for right now, and then we'll see how supply looks before we send any more. And then let's just send 8 of these on over to here. Try and help us cover some of these damn fronts. Alright, so we're going to need to get more troops training. Just taking a look at the equipment situation. It's still pretty bad, guys. We need a lot of stuff. We do have support equipment, though, and we have a lot of motorized. Just looking for stuff that we could pull from. Finally got the armor car situation looking better. We don't need as much manpower for our garrisons either. Just seeing if there's anything we can pull from. Not really. We got a lot of fighters we can get training, though, so we'll want to do that. Same with the naval bombers and the close air support. So we want to get all those assigned. I already kind of assigned our planes everywhere. Got them all set up in their air bases. But we're going to need more. And I did forget to turn these guys off. They don't need to be flying right now. See if there's any other ones. I don't think so. I think I turned everybody off. I just missed that one. All right, and they're going to stay there, of course, because we want to bomb the Soviets that are in the Baltic Sea. Any ships there. We're going to need naval bombers up here as well, so we're going to get those assigned. I'll do all that off camera, guys. This is pretty much good for right now. Yeah, this is the current situation, guys. It's going to take a while to build up and be ready for the conflict against the Comintern, just to show you how they look around the world. This is the Comintern, guys. So we have the little plots of land here in Africa that we want to get conquered. We won't be able to attack here unless we attack from right here, because I don't know if we'll be able to get all these wrapped up, guys. We'll have to see. I'm only going to focus on Nigeria for right now. Of course, we have here in South America just the Brazilian territory. Once we get that wrapped up, we're done. Of course, the Soviets do have that little island there where they could launch invasions from if they wanted to. They could launch invasions from all these islands, really, so could end up being a consistent issue, especially because of the likely control of the seas, since they got the British on their side. Of course, there's the China frontier here for us, for Indochina. And so we're going to want to defend that. I'm probably not going to advance there. I'm going to focus on defense down in that situation. We're going to focus on defense against the Soviets as well. I'm going to try and, because we won't have many armored units over there, we're going to try and wrap up Yugoslavia and Spain before we go after the Soviets. We're also going to need to launch invasions against the British, but we're just not going to have troops to do that until Spain and Yugoslavia are dealt with. So that's where we'll be fighting in the beginning, where we'll be launching offensives. Yugoslavia, Spain, Brazil, what's left of it, and then trying to get all the African territories wrapped up. Everywhere else will be defense, guys. We're going to need another army over here as well. I'm expecting it's going to be at least one more episode to build up, probably 2 more. So we'll have to see, guys. Hope you did enjoy this episode, even if it was a little bit shorter one. But I always like these building up for the big, massive conflict. This is what I did, design this for, guys. I designed the Comintern to be this big old massive power, with Mexico, Canada, the British, Soviet Union, Spain. Well, Spain was supposed to go monarchy, but they kind of did their own thing over there. So that's an extra power that they ended up getting because of the way things happened. But Yugoslavia, we set them to go communist. But that's the reason why we did this, guys, so that we would have all these communist powers here in the end game to like a final boss fight after we had defeated the Central Powers. So I like this little build up against that big powerful faction, which they are a powerful faction. Soviets got the land. The British have the sea, and then of course they have all their other little countries around the world to kind of help them out, and they got China too on top of all that. But they are at war still. They're fighting the Japanese and the Australian factions, the Democrats. So they are not having this period that we're having, this period of buildup. So we do have that to kind of help us out. However, there are a lot of countries that are kind of trending communist right now, guys. Specifically the Scandinavian countries, but there's a couple others. I can't remember who they are, though. Was it Turkey? No, it's not Turkey. By the way, I looked if we can get these guys in the faction. No, they're not even remotely close. So I don't even think we could try and, as long as he has that neutral foreign policy, he's not coming in. Iran looks like they'll probably go communist, so that's another potential enemy here. This should be a fun fight. If you did enjoy the episode, then leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next episode, and thanks for watching, guys.